Hi guys, this is Dr. Aeronautics, and this is Norsden Land to Neso, episode 7 or something, and this is the episode when we build a patrol boat, hey, it's the bridge, and explore the coast, and we're going to look this up, and we're going to explore the coast, and this needs to stop. So, news. I have paved roads, or rather highways. So far we have named N1, Route N1, Route N4, and W45. And I will explain those in a moment. Also, on the other side, I made some more explorations in the caves while I was paving. I had to dig to get some paving cobblestone, and I ran across some sort of interesting establishment that an invention, and it's kind of like a land boat. I'll show you when I get to them, but I think it could potentially be the future of transportation. This is it, and I can basically link these together, and it creates like a really long path. And so we can link all of these together, and I'm thinking that we can build something that's stabilizes on 4 pegs, like a cow, 2 on one side and 2 on the other, and we can name it the Terrain Roaming Avro in Norsden Land, or TRAIN for short. So we can build basically a cow on wheels and test this train. I'm thinking that because we can link these together, there's no limit to the length of vehicle. So we could send entire fleets linked together on these, and we could use them as like land boats that can just travel all over the continent. And I'm thinking that this is the way that we'll be able to get from point A to point B, because I mean obviously walking does no good, and running does only a little bit better. So I think this has potential. I think we could make this go really fast and really far. So that was an interesting development. And those are basically to start marking where we're going to have it go. And we want to build it underground because I don't want extra space here. So these are just basically to mark where to dig down here. Next off, we paved. We got that. Okay, this is one of the paved roads here. This is Route N4. N standing for north-south, and 4 standing for, this is supposed to be the 4th road from the ocean, which is this way. And it starts at N1, the first road, which is the coastal road, and the Great Harbor Bridge that goes down that way. And the final road is N100 on the west coast of Norsden Land. And this is N4, which is a little bit of the way. And here's some more of the rail markings. And this just goes up this a ways, son. So I was tired of not having Norsden Land on the map. Hello there. And I brought the boat up to a place that was sand duny. And there I created the second map. The second map. And this map actually includes Norsden Land. You can see next to the green icon there, that marks where Norsden Land is, and the gray spinning icon is me. Turns out that Norsden Land is between a large lake and the ocean. Well, we knew that already, but the lake is quite large, and you can see up here where the pointer is here. This is the sand dunes where I created it, and they were fantastic up in the mid latitudes. It looked like a tropical getaway, but it was not too hot. It was just the perfect temperature, so that was fun. So now we get to make a patrol boat and explore, and this is going to be a quick episode because we're going to make a patrol boat and we're going to explore everything along the Adium Ocean, just any land on Norsden land, and we'll have about 1/4 of the coastline of the entire continent mapped after this. So we're going to proceed with the building of our first boat. Alright, we're going to ride the high seas. I can't do pirate impressions very well. That takes spirit, something I'm not good at. Right. So, I can't, there we go. I can't type R because it will mess up the thing. Okay. So we're going to build a helm, and that is basically the steering mechanism. We're going to build a helm, and we're going to build... What's with the frame rate on the chests? Seriously? Huh. We're going to build a helm, and we're going to build... This is the one. A set of measurement gauges that will allow us to measure the... One moment. Okay, did that fix the problem? No, what the heck? Okay, something sketchy must be going on with Bandicam because it's acting weird. But we're going to go ahead and create the ship's helm, and the measurement gauges will allow us to tell how fast we're going, and to be able to... What is going on? Like, something's glitching about. Like, is anyone else seeing, like, the jerkiness of this? It's not my computer, it's got to be the connection. Does this help? This doesn't seem to be helping at all. Oh well, we'll deal with it for another minute and then I'll try and fix it. Okay, so we have the ship marker, and then we're going to build a set of measurement gauges. And the measurement gauges will allow us to measure speed and heading. Right then, I think we're actually going to need to, we're going to need to smelt some gold. And we've got 2 iron. Going to need a redstone. Okay, and we'll go downstairs. It causes big problems when you're going down the spiral staircase, too. Really irritating. Yeah. Okay. There we go. The gold, and now it's just about waiting. And I will deliver these rubber saplings up to their proper location. Oh yeah, and I also got a golden helmet that dropped from a zombie that I killed. And I'm starting to think that now perhaps we should have built a boat dock, and we're going to in the future. I want to make it small because later on when we build bigger ships, I want them to come further up the canal to at least about here, where it starts getting thinner. So later on, we'll either move the patrol boat further up here, but actually more likely we'll put the medium-sized ships over here. And the small ships and patrol boats and stuff over here. Alright, now, I've restarted everything, so I hope this works, and I also had to drop the quality also, unfortunately. I hope this doesn't impair the journey. Patrol boat will have to stop here, though, too, because we can't have it going any further up than this. Also, we're going to be using, in the future, floaters. And these floaters will basically give the ship more buoyancy and allow it to ride higher up, as opposed to riding like this. It will ride like this. And that's advantageous when you're trying to get through the shallow harbors. And when we build the bigger ship, I will have to dredge the harbor. No questions asked about that one. And we're going to make this boat out of wood. So we're going to start building, and I will come right back after I've gotten the building materials that we need. Oh yeah, and made the measurement gauges. Man, oh man, was I lucky with those glass panes for the measurement gauges. You needed two, and there were exactly two. Because I would have hated to have to smelt another 16 or 6 glass just to get another assortment of them. These reeds are going to have to go eventually. We'll move them further up along the coastline. Okay. 2 meters deep should be enough to start. Okay. We will poke this out from the coastline to about here. And we're going to create the ship in dry dock. And we're going to drop it into the water. Is basically the way this is going to work. Oh man! Look, the lag is even worse. Okay. I'm debating. This is a boat. I'm debating on whether or not we should do an undercarriage. I'll be right back. I'm gonna design it. Okay, I've got to design an MS Paint, which is basically a compromise between an overdeck and an underdeck. Right. Okay. So I want this to be the bottom, and it looks like it's going to be 3 wide, the bottom, by 4 long. That's 2, that's 3, that's 4. Okay, and the next layer up is going to look like this, and the front or bow is going to look like that, and then that, and then this. Okay, so then this is bottom, middle, and then after this, this is the 5th floor, the 5th line, and then this is 1, 2, 3, 4 more long. That's 2. Actually, no, that's 1. 2, 3, 4. But the ship is 5 wide, so something's not working out. Okay, I'm gonna pause and see what's going on because I think my measurements are off. Okay, so what I've done basically was expand each of these out into a series of z-axis wedges. Looks like 10 or 11 of them. And I'm going to build it wedge by wedge until I get to the back. And hopefully when I'm all done, it looks like I'm envisioning it. Would I accept? Yeah, I wanted to get that one. I didn't want to get the next one. Okay, let me just fast forward until we get done with this. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what the physics are of the Archemedes Ship mod, and I want to use real-life physics to calculate this, but I don't know how Archimedes, the guy who did Archimedes Ship mod, if they work on Archimedes principle or not. If each specific item has a density, and you can somehow use that to figure out how much it'll float. But I can't trust it, so we're gonna have to build it and hope that it floats. So it looks like for the next couple wedges, I should actually be able to stand on them while building because it's the bottom block. I'd imagine what I'm trying to imagine what would happen if we actually hit bottom with this thing. If it's actually just gonna slug around on the bottom and we'll be able to creak by. Of course, when we get out to the ocean, we'd never be able to come back because we'd have to get the thing up over the shallower area. Okay, so this lime wedge looks something like this. Of course. There's supposed to be a block there, isn't there? Yep. Okay, next wedge, forest green wedge, seems to be identical to this. Okay, and now we're on to the blue wedge, which I think I messed up on, because that's supposed to look like this. This allows me to walk in and out of the understore. So that was the blue wedge. Okay, the next wedge is familiar. Okay, so that was the, need to be careful, that was the light blue, that was the dark blue. This is the purple. Right, 1, 2, 3, purple, black, and lastly, gray. And that might do it. I'm going to restart the video and then we're going to check and see how it looks. And if it looks good, we'll take the scaffolding down. That looks pretty good. It's going to be kind of weird, the center of mass calculations. You wouldn't want to drive this in real life, but it's a ship mod. I suppose if all goes wrong, we can add some floaters underneath the bottom board there, and it will work. So for now, I'll go ahead and take down the scaffolding because I want to see how this thing floats, and to do that we're going to need to remove all the scaffolding so that we don't crack anything. I'm excited to test this new technology. I mean, the only thing that I'm worried about is it bottoming out in the harbor, and then when I try and drive it, it's sunk basically, and the entire thing becomes waterlogged and stuff. But you got to test somewhere, and these tests will prove what will happen with our larger ships. And when we build our destroyer, you better believe I'm going to do every calculation I can, because that's going to be several thousand blocks, and I do not want to mess that up. Okay, we'll go ahead and... ooh, I like the idea of a boarding straight from there. Didn't we bring up the idea of throwing things onto ships from up there a while ago, when it was like first made or something? Oh well. So this is just a temporary, I don't want to go any closer than that. This is just a temporary thing there. And now it's time for our ship marker, which is going to go here. And we'll pause, and not going to put the measurement gauges on just yet, but we'll pause and then go after this. Using the F5, we have enough view in front of us, but with ships it's not the big idea until you get really big and you need a bridge. So I'll be back. I am a little bit concerned how the world handles this ship, if it glitches out or not. One of the real-life theories about the universe is that it contains so much information that when it actually makes an error, it is so full of information that no one or nothing can comprehend it. So basically, when it makes a mistake or an error, nobody can notice it because the error is something like 10 to the 40 bits or something like that. Okay, I need to make sure I can see off the end. Where are we planning? Alright, yeah, I'm going to have to get off of it again. I want the water line. I'm hoping that the water line is directly between these two blocks here. I'll be a little bit upset if the water line comes up to this. And if it comes any higher than that, we're going to be sunk. But I don't even think that's possible because the harbor's only 2 meters right now. We're going to have to do something about that. Is it sunset? It's sunset. Okay, we'll come back and do this tomorrow morning. Yeah, it's morning. One of the things that I read about these ships is that they can actually be full stopped with the C key. So if all hell breaks loose, C is where we're going. Okay, cross your fingers. We're going in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, I think we're floating. If I press the equals key, it will realign with the world grid, like that. And let's see what happens when I decompile. Oh my gosh, I think I think that's perfect. That's exactly where I wanted the water line to be. Of course, we are kind of sitting on the bottom. I'm a little bit concerned. A little bit concerned that we might sink when we go further out, but I guess we'll tell again. Okay, regain control of the ship, and oh my, it's going to be, well, we're turning okay. It's going to be crazy trying to maneuver a massive carrier through here. That would be insane. Okay, we're off. And I'm gonna take it very slow at this beginning because I do not want to mess up. I need some sort of depth marker so that I can tell when we go into 3 meters of water. I cannot tell if we're there yet or not. Well, we're not glitching either. We're gonna go under the bridge for the first time in an actual, like, large ship. Well, this isn't a large ship. Uh-oh. Did we run into a lily pad? Did we run a... Okay, I think we're running aground. Are we hitting a swimming chicken? Or is it that the harbor is only 1 meter deep there? That's what's going on. We actually need to do dredging. Can I actually fight through this? Oh. Okay, I think we got through it. Really slow now until we're into deep water, and I know we're good. Under the bridge now. This is so cool. We're just cruising under the bridge. Okay, we're still in the harbor, but we're going into deeper water now. Still glitching a little bit. Okay, I think we're in sufficiently deep water now to know that we're floating. Yeah, this is at least 4 meters now. We're good. Okay, we're floating. And now do we go north or south? Momentous coin flip. For heads is north. And it's tails, which means we're heading south. Where's the south map? That's the south map. Okay. Full speed ahead. South. I feel like we actually need a sailing song now. Boy, we're cruising. I want to know how fast we're going right now, because we're just absolutely tearing down the ocean. We're going to have to be very careful because the land comes up very, very quickly. Look, we're already at the eastern landing. I can't believe how fast this is going to be. Very useful, a very, very useful method of transportation. We're moving so quickly in just a tiny little amount of time. Probably 5 times faster than a small boat. This is fantastic. And if anything goes wrong, we can just park it, and then we're good to go. Uh-oh. Can we go back up on the 2 meter? We might have to dredge. We're going to have to check when we come back next time. Maybe, I'm going to see if I can drive the ship from a high... I was going to say I want to drive the ship from a higher vantage point. So that... Perfect. Yep, just like that, we've now decompiled and we're parked. And I can go below deck, and if I dig here, we're below the water line. And the water doesn't come into the ship, even like the old airship Zeppelin mod. It doesn't even do that. So I'm just all fantastic about this. I mean, we're just under deck here, chilling. We can build multi-deck ships and stuff. Let's see if this works. No, we have to drive like this. Oh well. I thought we'd have a little bit more clearance, but apparently not. The trouble is I need to see the map and the environment at the same time. And we don't... My sight vector doesn't change with the ship. So we have to be very careful as to not move too fast. And in fact, I'm not going to move at full speed because of that danger. Ooh, this looks different. I don't think that this is the same biome that we live in, which is more swampy. This must be a forested biome. But I'm curious to know exactly which biome, because I'm actually going to swim ashore. I'm curious to know which biome, because I hope we can get up now. We'll just have to do it with the dirt. There were forested islands north. That's the sandy islands are forest islands. Okay, but this seems to be a straight up forest. And it's a thick forest. It's actually solid ground. A dry forest. Dry as compared with our swamp. For once, there's actually not mixed in with water. It's actually just forest. Apparently, I picked up an oak sapling. Okay, well, back to the ship. I feel like we're in Star Trek now. Get back to the ship. You've had your time on the land. It's time to return. Of course, we're not there yet with spaceships, but I'm having fun. A lot of fun now, and that's coming. That's coming soon. Okay, we are ready to depart again. The trick is coming as close as I can to the land without actually... And if I zoom... Oh, man. My ship does not appear on the mini-map. We're going to have to be really careful when we drive the larger ships. I want to get as close to the land as I can without running into it. But the mod is very forgiving, and if I do run into the land, it will not destroy my ship. Is this still a forest? The terrain's changing again. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to pull up the old... oh dear, lag. I'm going to pull up the old map that I was given of Norsden land and see how this compares where we might be. One moment. It appears that we're now on the side of the southern peninsula here, in this vicinity. And I want to go all the way until we pass this southern point here at the base of Norsden land. We should go off the bottom of this map that I'm carrying. And at that point, we begin to go into the south coast region, which is actually... I don't quite remember the name of the Gulf there. It's like Termine or Turbine or Trenton or something like that. I actually don't remember the name of the Gulf. Now, if I place a torch, will that make a portable light source? I doubt it, because most of the way these mods work is that they have to compile everything and it drops. Let's go ahead and stop it there and put a torch up and see what happens. Okay, so yeah, the torch goes dark, but it will come back. What was that? I guess that was just temporary as the water was flowing back. I was afraid in the old airship mod, the water would glitch out and you could never put rooms below the water line because they would fill with water. And when you decompiled a ship, it would leave all those nasty areas of water open. And you know what? The moon is almost directly overhead. I think we're pretty close to the equator. This is still all forest. It's interesting. An equatorial forest. We'll have to name it, of course. What to name it? Am I stuck on something? Oh, there's shallow water here. Uh-oh. I can't seem to drive up on the 2 meter deep. Yeah, I can't seem to drive up on it. We may have to add about 2 or 3 floaters so that we can re-enter the harbor, because we're gonna have to leave this at mid-harbor unless we can somehow get onto the land, and I don't think that's possible. Or not on the land, but the shallower parts of the harbor. So we'll have to deal with that when it comes. I'm gonna have fun cruising after we get to the base of the this peninsula, and the continent for that matter. I'm curious to see how fast we can come back up to our latitude. And it may just very well be that we can use these enormous ships to just entirely cross the continent, go around it in just a couple minutes. And you know, we might be able to say stuff like, see you later, be back in a few hours, I'm going to the other side of the country. And that would be a heck of a achievement if we could achieve that. I'm going to check where we are again. We've got to be below the equator now. So it seems we're about halfway down the peninsula now. We're still not there yet. Is that dunes? Huh. That area's open. I need to check on this latitude. Because I like the idea of building my spaceport on the Adium Ocean, because the Earth rotates to the east, so we can take advantage of launching east and not have to worry about landing projectiles down on things. And we're on the ocean, which makes recovery easy. And there's tracking. We could put tracking stations on that island there. Oh man, why didn't I bring a dinghy with me? That would be so easy. Just to. I'm gonna build an amphibious craft. Our battleship is also going to be an amphibious craft. It's going to have a pool that you can drive the boat up into and then lock it up, and then you can ride the bigger craft. Okay, so the video just restarted. I'm going to check our latitude right now. We're at 5,000, and the southern me see, 5,000. Should be about here, on the southern area. Let's check that on this world grid map here. Well, this seems to be where we are now. Wow. You know what? I actually think this is the equator. Okay, I'm going to park the ship now, and I'm going to do a calculation. And if this is indeed the equator, I'm going to mark this as a potential site for our space base. This is exciting news. I wish I wouldn't glitch out like that. Okay, be right back. I'm going to do the calculation. Okay, current estimates are placing the equator at known coordinate negative 4956, and we're at 4969. I think this is it. I'm gonna swim ashore. Oh shoot! Did I get the? Hang on a sec. Oh, I was... Okay, I was swimming south. That was the problem. That was the problem. Ah, okay, so this is, Wait, so if this is east... No, that's west. This... I'm so disoriented right now, it's unbelievable. Yeah, I just need to get onto the dunes. I hope this is flat. If this is flat, it'll be perfect. That's pretty close. Okay, so this is east. 4956, right? Hello. They don't seem very happy to see me here. We can't put a launch pad down there. Oh good, the sun's rising. That's gonna really help to orient me. Whoa! Yeah, go die in that toxic sludge. A little bit of lag there. I hope the creepers don't do that. I can't have potholes. Okay, yeah. Okay, the sun's rising. It's a little bit confusing. This coast is southeast to northwest. So out there will be maybe a tracking systems, and I don't... Oh, shoot. We can't stay here long. I don't have any arrows. Oh, this is bad. Yeah. I can't... Aha! A lake. I just need to take care of these, Ah, this is gonna be complex. Oops. Sorry. Yeah, like that. Oh, shoot. Okay, I'm gonna detour this way. No! Okay, he didn't blow up. Alright, I gotta run this way. I really want to spend some more time here, and I can't have these guys ruin my trip. Go burn. Check out our patrol boat over there. That's fantastic. It's just chilling there out in the water. Okay, creeper lost us. East. East is this way. I think it's okay to put tracking antennas out, but I'm going to check that with official space launch area. Okay, so I've been looking, and some of them are very, very close to the coast. But I think this this might work. If we launched here, these islands for sure would be no-go zones during the launches. Now, how about if... I need to 4956 negative. Need to get that down. Oh, are we south? 4956. We're actually south of the equator now. Okay. Yeah, so you know what we could do? If we wanted to launch from exactly the equator is here. Right here. That means the North Pole is exactly as far away as the South Pole. That's pretty cool. I see nothing wrong with launching a few minutes above. There's nothing wrong with launching a few minutes above the equator. So this is north. We'll have our launch pads going this way if we decide to build here. And our buildings will be down here. And is that an inlet? Because a harbor would really help for delivery. We could deliver rocket parts on ships and stuff, like the one we have out there. This is exciting. I'm thinking of a metallic blue for the... Yeah, like that. And Space Center. Because we're not sure. And it's... Looks like 1150 from the Buzzacundra Beach. That's pretty far. From New Venice, it could be upwards of 1,500 miles. But this could be it. This is really promising. Okay, let's check on this thing here. I need to figure out, is this thing an inlet? Because if it is, it's a perfectly sheltered harbor, and we could with our ships here, we could launch stuff from there. Wow. I don't understand why, but it's very easy to get disoriented. I'll come back when we get back to the ship. These maps will come in very handy when we're trying to do shipping lanes, because we can tell where the deep water is and the shallow water, and then we can tell where it's safe to just cruise it at absolute full gun speed. And ooh, an oil spout. And there's an island up ahead. But this isn't the direction we're going. That's actually east. We're going south. We just now crossed the equator. Yeah, the Space Center is pretty close to the equator. Okay, so we're heading south. And we need to answer the question, is that inlet connected? Is that a inlet or a lake? I'm hoping it's an inlet. But we're going to be going around the south end of the peninsula any time now. So it's very possible that might come up from the other side. Maybe not. Maybe it's not an inlet. Yeah, look at how much further south it goes. I don't think it's an inlet. But the whole system kind of forms like a bay or a gulf, which works enough, and we're still kind of close. Never mind. We move so quickly, it's unbelievable. We're not nearby anymore. That's okay. Is this the south end? I feel like this could be the south end of the south end of Norsden land? Question mark? We're going north again. So this, I believe the peninsula has two lobes. And we just got to the bottom of one of them. Yeah, so if I'm correct, we should go further south again, and then when we start going north again, we'll have done it. The recording stopped, and I didn't want this video to get too long. So when we get around the South Cape, I'll stop the video, I'll turn around, and then I'll restart it again. That's a little bit of a bay there as well. I'll restart it when I get north of the Space Center again, just so that you guys can see me tearing up, because I really feel like we are literally going to like almost drag race out back, which would be fantastic. Is this it? The point on the peninsula, the very southern part of Norsden land, and it's flat. It goes straight down to the ocean, and wow, the land just doesn't quit. It's shallow all the way out to here. Wow, and there's even an island here. I think this is it. We're now 1,700 miles south of Buzzakundra Beach. If this is indeed it. Oh dear. Yeah, we ran aground. Is this a new biome? There's still ocean. I hope I'm not irritating you guys with the numbers here. I'm just really curious about biome classifications. Okay, I think this is it. So, I'm gonna park, and I'm going to beach. And if this is a forest, then I'm going to reboard. If it's not a forest, I don't know what I'm going to do then. Okay, so set and park. Oh dear. Okay, be right back. Okay, it was indeed a forest, and unfortunately the sun is going down, which means we're going to be night racer. I'm going to start moving now at a super high rate of speed, and I'll come back when we pass the Space Center. So here we go, full steam ahead back north. See you guys soon. I'm sorry, I just wanted to say, once we're heading the right direction, I just wanted to say, look at how fast we're moving. It's unbelievable how fast we are moving. We're at the Space Center already. And look at how quickly we're approaching the Buzzakundra Beach. We're moving like 10 meters per second, which is super fast. Look at this clip on the map. We're going to be there in like 10 seconds at this rate. Unbelievably fast how quick this is. Speeding through the Adium Ocean. I'm going to come back when we get back to where New Venice is, and then we'll explore the north side. We're back. And like projected, that took almost no time. We're now switching maps for the northward exploration, which shouldn't take as long as the southern exploration, because I'm not looking for a place to put my spaceport. I really like the area that we found. Because not only is it open so we don't have to tear trees down for the construction, but it's flat and it's on the ocean, which means we can launch straight out with almost no need for concern of direction of launch or anything. So this right now is just second visit. We've been here before. So basically my goal is this time, go until we hit the top of the map. Because, believe it or not, the coast goes so far north that we're actually going to go into a different region. And we're going to need yet a third map to get this little chunk of land up here, which I don't want to do yet. So we're going to turn around when we get really close to the top. And because of the distance, the calculations that I've done indicate that we're going to be going as far north as latitude 45 degrees. So we were just at the equator. We're now going to be halfway to the North Pole. So, yeah, this boat is fast as heck. I'm starting to wonder if we're actually going to need, well, yeah, we will, because these only work in the ocean or rivers and harbors, which, unless you're in this area, don't tend to work well. But this area has a large amount of inlets and channels and dikes and lakes. So this area actually has potential for this transportation system. We might not have to implement the train or the the train is the only thing that I can think of right now. But who knows, in the future, we may have rockets strapped to our belts, and that might be how we get around. See, like this, for example, there's a harbor here. If this were thick land, there would be no way to get through it. But because of this, you can access almost any point. In fact, you know what? This place reminds me of the real-life, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this wrong or right, but the Palm Jebel in the United Arab Emirates. This actually reminds me a lot of it. It's just flat sandbars that they build out into the sea, and it basically has water channels on every place. So the land's no wider than about maybe 50 meters or so, and because of that, what is that? And because of that, boats are the ideal way to get around, although the land strips have roads going down them. So transportation there is fantastic, because you can use boats and you can use cars as well. Oh, we hit bottom. Or as the Stooges would say, we hit bottom, we're sunk, we're lost. I'm practicing for when we run out of air. Oh, okay, so this is first off territory now. We're now exploring new portions in the video, and we're nearing the point where I started the map. And this is what I was talking about. It's like a subtropical getaway. They're just flat strips of sandbar mixed with crystal clear blue water, crisp, refreshing air, and a beautiful sky. Now it's night, but that's fantastic, the moonset and everything. And now it's close to morning. So when we finally reach the top of the map, which we're only halfway done, but when we get there, I'll stop the video and I'll restart it for when we try and get into the harbor, and then we'll end it there, because I didn't want this video to be too long. So, okay, that scared me. I was concerned that this entire region was 1 meter deep, in which case it's not the most annoying thing ever, because then we could just craft a boat, a tiny boat. I'm riding a boat. A tiny boat, and explore that way. We're in a river. How is this a river? This is supposed to be Farrest-East Island. I'll tell you what, I am absolutely impressed with this mod. The Archemedes Ship mod is just absolutely, Farrest-East Island, is just absolutely fantastic. The old mod that I used to use, which I thought was superior to this, is no longer, because, oh, it looks like the landscape's changing. Because it's probably because we're going further north. And I just, love this mod, because the other one, like I said, I thought it was superior. That had so many glitches, even though it worked. you couldn't build below the waterline, or you'd swamp your ship, and amazingly enough, this has virtually no bugs, and we've been able to use this not only as a legitimate transportation option, but also as a scientific tool. I mean, it's to the point where we even don't have to worry about keeping it going, where it's like autonomous. You just don't have to worry about it operating, and that's just fantastic. Is this a harbor? It doesn't really matter anyway, because we're actually almost there at the top. I'll just leg it. Yeah. Oh, come on. That tiny little strip of land, I'll just leg it the rest of the way. But it's at the point now. Oh, yeah, the landscape has definitely changed. That's not oak trees. That's something else. This will be curious to see what we're going to add next to our list of biomes that Norsden land has. This is a new one. Okay, I need to finish this conversation. But just basically, it's simple to say that we can use it as scientific research. We can completely ignore all other aspects of it. This is a pine forest, and that's a circular room. That's beautiful. So, we're at 45 degrees north now. Well, close. Probably 44 degrees north. I don't see snow yet, but these are conifers, and conifers like it where the temperature gets below freezing. So the world is starting to get cold from here north. I'd imagine that if we kept going, before long we'd start seeing snow on the ground, and if it started raining, or rather there was precipitation, it's quite possible that we could actually see snow for the first time ever in Norsden land, which I've never ever seen before. Wow, that's a beautiful, expansive pine forest. I'm just imagining it now. We're at the very top. I'm just imagining now. Oh, wow, we're actually pretty darn close to the top. I guess this cap then is pine forest, but this area over here, if this is to scale, this has to be north of 60 degrees. That's almost tundra for sure. We will see snow on that side. Ooh. Oh man, how much time do I have? Okay, I have enough time. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video. We're off the map now. I'm gonna cut the video after I find out what this biome is. And wow, the landscape is changing. It looks like Nova Scotia. I'm not even kidding. We're now in the Farrest-East Point region. What is this? It's still a pine forest, but it looks more like a jagged pine forest, like cut by glaciers and stuff. Like that looks like a dry fjord, and I mean, I will show you a picture. This looks like the Bay of Fundy almost, like down here, when the tide goes out. Let me go down a little bit. This looks like the Bay of Fundy, like and Lake Superior, the south shore of Lake Superior. These overhangs where the water will just come up in great tides and just slosh up into the harbor. I could easily see the water coming up this high into the land. That's definitely cliff erosion. So we're almost there, not quite to the end, but almost there. I'm going to cut the video now, and I will come back when we arrive back at New Venice, which we are now 2,200 meters and miles on our scale north, and I think I can just barely read it. 4,800 or something. 3,500 miles north of the Space Center. Wow. There's the boat. See you soon. Hey guys, I put the measurement gauges on the ship, and I've clocked myself going over 40 miles per hour, 65 kilometers per hour. That is fast for Minecraft. That's also 22 meters per second. Just so you know, minecarts travel 8 meters per second. So we can travel 3 times faster than a minecart. Okay, harbor time. Here comes our bridge. And this is where it's fantastic. After a great voyage, here's this huge gateway to meet us. It's going to be really irritating. Uh-oh. Really irritating when we have to dredge. Yeah, we can't get the boat unless I hold equals sign, which brings the boat up half a meter. I don't think. And we'll have to put floaters on it as well. Okay, this is the 3 meter turnaround area, I guess. Still 3 meters? You know what? I actually think that time we couldn't make it. It was actually 1 meter. Because we're actually here. We actually made it back. Wow. Okay, so we're going to hit the equals sign. And now we're perfectly stopped here. And we're going to decompile. We've done it. We've explored the east coast of Norsden land, minus Farrest-East Point. So I'm going to go inside now, and then we'll take a look at the map and compare. Starting to see any resemblance? I sure am. You can see the hook over here below East Farrest-East Point, and this double harbor here, and this point here. And although the land is broken up a little bit, you can clearly see this point here, and then this spot of islands here, and this distinctive shape of the shoreline, and then you go south to New Venice, and we'll have a seat, and then we go further south. You get down to Buzzicundra Beach. You keep going, then there's this inlet area down here. And then you go down all the way to this peninsula. And our space center is going to be about right there. And we went... Hang on a sec. No, we didn't go all the way. We went all the way around the point, but no further. Okay, so I don't want to make it any longer, but this does it. We've explored the East Coast. This is Dr. Aeronautics with Norsden Land to Neso. I forget the episode, but we've done it. And our boat works, and we don't have to dredge, but we will anyway. So I will see you guys next time. Bye.